This thing needs to be cleaned up. To at least at a minimum get rid of the rust. Okay, now to get back to the island. I took a couple of attacks. Well, the settlements took a lot of attacks recently.
This is Radio Freedom,
So I needed to return to help out.
all across the Commonwealth. Nothing to report. Stay safe, people. You're tuned to Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. Nothing to report. Keep it tuned here for updates. You're tuned to Radio Freedom. Nothing to report. Keep it tuned here for updates.
There.
A number of these places could be rebuilt by now, or at least think that there would be a start in some of these areas. I mean, some of these buildings could be salvaged. The brick in a lot of places is damaged, but in a vast majority of it is not that bad. You'd have to tear it down, but in some places like that right there, you really wouldn't have to tear down much at all.
It's 1 p.m. This is Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. Nothing to report at the moment. Stay tuned for updates. Good afternoon. You're tuned to Radio Freedom, broadcasting across the Commonwealth. Nothing to report. Stay safe, people. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon here at Radio Freedom. All quiet, which is how we like it. Stay safe out there, people.
Well, if nothing else, it's a pretty good clock. The music's not so bad either, but I'm not sure that's getting through the stream.
This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting
Oh, I missed this
all
area.
across the Commonwealth. Nothing to report at the moment. Stay tuned for updates.
It's not far from Salem either. You might have to come back for that place once I've helped out with Far Harbor.
This is Radio Freedom. Nothing new to report. Minutemen alerts.
Well. You can get some firework stakes out of this. It's too dangerous to leave a Mirelurk.
This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Alert! We just got a call for help from one of our settlements. Any Minutemen within range, please respond.
Alright, that one is right here.
This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. All quiet here. Stay tuned for Minutemen alerts.
It's just a matter to get through East Boston. And that's right up ahead.
You're tuned to Minuteman Radio. Nothing to report. Stay safe out there, everyone.
Well, East Boston is right there, so I'm slightly bypassing it.
I want to trade a few things.
I'm glad you're here. We've been having some trouble with raiders.
What kind of trouble?
They showed up in force a few days ago. There were too many of them. We had to give them what they wanted. They said as long as we kept paying them tribute, they'd leave us alone. At least we know where they're hiding out. Here, I'll mark it on your map.
Don't worry. I'll take care of those raiders for you.
Thanks. It'll be a relief not to have to worry about them.
This is Radio Freedom. It's 5 p.m. Nothing to report. Stay safe out there, everyone.
Iron Maiden is still in the lead. Don't forget Boston Blaster. He's pulled this out before. What a race! What a race! Coming up next, Lady Lovelace takes on the Iron Maiden in a head-to-head match. You don't want to miss this. Remember, we've got new bots in the list for tomorrow. Gonna be a great race. And here they come.
So they're taking over this place again.
You're tuned to Radio Freedom. Nothing to report. Stay safe, people. This is Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. It's 6 o'clock. Nothing to report at the moment. Stay tuned for updates.
We'll be taking that.
It's just you and me, nothing personal. Need a drink. Real shit, moonshine.
It's getting dark out there, people. Stay safe. All's quiet across the Commonwealth. Stay safe out there.
Looks like they rechained it.
This isn't the kind of place I like to dawdle.
This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Nothing to report. Stay safe, people.
So they've got another raider with the same idea, same
You're
blood
tuned to
contracts.
Radio Freedom. All quiet here. Stay tuned for Minutemen alerts.
First time I was here was to take out someone who fancied himself as a judge.
Spread out! Find him!
Oh, I know you're here. I'll find you. No sign of him now.
The mines didn't come back, so they didn't lay mines again.
What?
I felt.
I don't think we're alone.
We're not.
Why don't you just...
Come on, tough guy, come on!
Looks like two of them upstairs.
Damn. Lost him.
Keep your eyes
You're
open.
tuned to
I think
Radio
this
Freedom.
asshole's using a stealth board.
Nothing to report. Keep it tuned here for updates.
Where'd you get to?
You're tuned to Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. Nothing to report. Stay safe, people.
Nice. The conductor in the orchestra. Sure made a mess of this place, didn't it?
It's 8 o'clock. You're listening to
Peekaboo!
the voice of the Minute. All quiet. Now we're ready.
Made us again.
You stumbled into a library? What's with the sudden silence?
I can see the. Yeah. That's when I wanted to disarm the brace. Oh yeah, there's one more.
What the?
This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Nothing to report at the moment. Stay tuned for updates. It's 9 p.m. Nothing to report. Stay safe, people.
I'll give one of them a sniper rifle that I picked up off the Mirelurk Queen.
So can we stop worrying about paying tribute to those raiders?
They won't be bothering you again.
Thanks. It's good to know we can count on you guys when we're in trouble.
Just looking to trade a little.
I'll give him a
This
boost.
is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. All's quiet across the Commonwealth. Stay safe out there. You're tuned to Radio Freedom. Nothing to report. Stay safe out there, everyone. This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Sounds quiet. Now, this is Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. It's just past 10 p.m. Attention, Minutemen. News has come to us of a settlement that needs our help. If you are in the area, please respond. You're tuned to Radio Freedom. Nothing to report. Stay safe, people.
Mr. Finch.
Am I ever glad to see you? We could really use a hand.
What seems to be the problem?
A pack of feral ghouls has holed up nearby, and some of them have started wandering out lately. If more of them start wandering out this way, we may be overrun. We need someone to clear them out.
I'm on it. It's as good as done.
I'll be glad to have them gone.
Not that it's an option.
So it looks like the feral ghouls are here. I must be missing something. No, it's not there. Oh, Huber's Comics. I should have read that little detail.
Shit, she's dead!
This one by Pickman's Gallery. Some nice knife to be found in there. But this will be useful right here. Action point generation. 75% faster. It'd be a nice one to work towards. Super meat in the head. 2.
So...
Not too far from Huber's Comics now.
That's it. Got it.
Interesting enough, it's a good idea to go back from time to time since you can always get more ammo after a while when the place resets.
Got nothing. here somewhere. You see him?
Yes.
Hey, toss anything you can.
What's helping out so much is the item I have that causes me to go in stealth mode and stay still. And how that
God awful.
sort of works out.
Think they're gone for good?
Every now and then you get bugs like that.
Hey, you, got a sec?
You all right, Nick?
I wouldn't normally bother you with this sort of thing, but, well, I know I can trust you at this point. For as long as I can remember, I've been getting these, flashes. Memories of places I've never been. Things I've never seen. Memories of Nicks. They're not bad, they're just this inescapable reminder that I'm not the person I think I am. That I'm not a person at all. I'm just a machine, pretending to be human.
You think, you feel. You're more than pretending, Nick.
Nice of you to say, but your kind don't usually have to deal with someone else's whole life, trapped inside their skulls. Don't get me wrong, I know I'm in Nick's debt. These memories, they've kept me alive. Nick was a hell of a cop. A guy with good instincts and a good heart. I always counted myself lucky they didn't load me up with some ex-con. Or whatever type might volunteer to let folks tinker with their gray matter. But it's thanks to Nick that I pass for human. Why I get to live cushy in Diamond City, and every other synth is shot on sight. I know I got it good, but my entire life I owe to Nick. Everything that makes me who I am. My judgment, my speech, hell, even my name. They're his. And I can't do a damn thing about it, because without them, I'm nothing. A shell. All I want is a life where I have something I can call my own.
You've already built a life for yourself, Nick. You've got the agency, a home.
friends.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. You know, I'm just gonna need some time to think on this. I appreciate you hearing me out. You're a real good friend. Thanks.
We playing hide and seek?
I had about enough of that. Okay, now heading back to the island, I'll pass off the good news at Finch's farm.
Took care of those ghouls that were giving you trouble.
You did? That's great news.
In a little bit less than a game hour, I'll start healing. Okay, I'm almost back to where the boat will take me to Far Harbor. Must be a slight bug. See if Captain Avery has anything new.
Avery.
I hope the harbor's being good to you. At this point, I'd settle if folks were just plain civil.
You know of anyone that could use... What's the history of this place?
Well, this whole dock used to belong to the Mariner, and the fog started getting thicker. Family by family, homestead by homestead. People were kicked out of their homes inland. The Mariner was kind enough to let people stay. The harbor just kind of grew out of that charity.
What's there to do in town?
Brooks sells general goods. Teddy writes in back of his shop, and he can patch you up if you need it. Besides that, the Last Plank's a popular stop for booze and what have you. And lastly, well, if you need a gun, see Alan Lee.
I have to go.
Be well.
You know, there is this chunk of Nick Valentine history I've been hoping to put a bow on for a while now. I could use a hand if you're willing to take a crack at it.
What kind of history are we talking here?
Well, this one's straight out of the archives. Once upon a time, in the land of Boston, there lived a king of organized crime, Eddie Winter. He was a bad man who did a lot of bad things, hurt a lot of innocent people. But he knew the end was coming, so he sealed himself inside a personal shelter, located underneath a sub-shop he used as a headquarters.
There's more to this, isn't there?
The story gets even more twisted. The arrogant bastard wanted to cheat death, live forever, so he could come out of that shelter someday into this brave new world. Sound familiar? Only Eddie didn't want to be a frozen banana. No cryo sleep for him, no. He invested his money in some sick, crazy radiation experiment.
You don't mean to tell me he used that radiation to...
That's right. Eddie Winter went and turned himself into a ghoul 200 years before it was fashionable. Hell, he was probably the first one. And I'm convinced that he's still locked inside that shelter. Safe and sound. Ready to come out and begin his evil reign all over again. I'm gonna find him and kill him, so that never happens. You in?
All right, Nick. Let's get the bad guy.
You're a good man. Now, I know where Winter's vault is, but the door is sealed with a complex numerical code. Lucky for us, Winter's arrogance knew no bounds. Back in the day, he recorded 10 holotapes, incriminating different criminal associates. On each one, he hit a single number. We find all of those holotapes, we get all the numbers. We get all the numbers, we get the code. And then we get Winter. I've been putting together a file on this one for a while now. There's a pair of holotapes in here worth listening to, including one of Winter's. I managed to snatch from the Cambridge police evidence lockup before getting swarmed by ferals. My gut tells me the Boston police evidence terminals are the key to cracking this one. Probably worth paying a visit to any of the departments you might have stumbled across.
Well, I found 4 of them.